My screen now. Can you see my screen?
No.
You cannot see it.
No, I can't.
I can see. I can actually see me. I can see.
Let me hear from other people too.
I can see it.
I can see it from there.
Okay, who said you can't see? Let's know if maybe it's a peculiar challenge with you.
Okay, I can see it now.
You can see it now. Okay. All right. So for the ladies in the house, how many of you did makeup today? Nobody. Toy. Where's Grace? You guys are too serious now.
Sorry, we didn't do makeup today.
You did last week, and the class did not hold. That's all you should have said. All right. Okay, I need you guys to be relaxed. I don't like a situation where we are having lecture and everywhere is so tensed. You know, it's learning. We want to learn. We are not. We don't kill anybody. Okay. Now learning, we can't learn. So I'm going to put on my camera so you can see me. That's me, Mr. Paul. The camera, this is not that very. The laptop camera is not that very bright. Can you see me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, so for those of you that are in a place that you can turn on your camera, just for 1 minute, you can turn on your camera. Let's see ourselves. This class is coming to an end, so we should be able to see ourselves, not just hearing voice. Let's put a picture to the voices we have been hearing. If you're aware, you can actually unlock your camera, but if you're not, it's fine. Yes. Naroka, I can see you. Good to see you. Narokash. Any other person? Feel free, don't worry. Okay. I'm assuming that you guys you don't want us to see your face. Naro, thank you for showing us your face, Narokash. Okay, Mr. Michael, good to see you. Good to see you, Mr. Michael.
Good to see you too, sir.
All right, so Toyin, are you in a good place?
Not really, sir.
Okay, no problem. How about T and Matthew? Are you guys in a good place?
No. I'm on transit, sir.
Okay, all right. That's fine. That's okay. That's fine. We'll always have opportunity to see you, and if there's need for us to play any music, Narokash can play that guitar for us. So that's now. Michael, thank you. You can turn off your videos if you want. At least other people have seen you can turn it off if you want to. Thank you very much, everyone. So we have gradually come to the last day of this training on data analysis and virtual assistants. Now, one thing, before we go into the business of the day, one thing I need you guys to understand is that when you talk about a VA, when you talk about a virtual assistant, virtual assistant is not a job per se. I need you guys to understand that virtual assistant is not a job. is not a work that you are doing. Virtual assistant, when they refer to virtual assistant, they're referring to someone that can assist you virtually. So the question is, what are you able to assist the person with? That is where the job comes in. What are you able to assist the person with? And that's where the skill sets that you have been learning comes into play. All right? I don't know if we are following. We need to have that. We need to understand that before you can be able to apply for a job. You cannot tell somebody, if you want to apply for a job, you can't tell somebody that I want to be your virtual assistant. Virtual assistant, or in what area? What are you assisting the person to do? You need to be specific. You need to understand your niche. You need to understand where exactly you can be able to support the person. So if you're a virtual assistant, for example, you're a virtual assistant and admin support services. That means you are providing administrative support services to your client. Now, those can range to the services we spoke about in the beginning of the session, where you talk about email management. Now, email management is part of the administrative support services that VAs that are into admin support can offer. You also talk about calendar management. These are all administrative functions. Now, aside administrative functions, there are other VA services that you can offer. There are other services that you can offer as a virtual assistant. And that's why in our own wisdom, when we started this class, we said, look, we'll combine data analysis as well as virtual assistant. We know why we're saying everybody should participate in the data analysis. Because if you skip the data analysis, you come to the virtual assistants, yes, you will get to learn some skills, but you'll be missing out. Because if you understand how to analyze data, that can be a service that you can render as a virtual assistant, and it will be an added plus for you. Now, in the journey of virtual assistant or remote work, the more skill sets you have, the higher the chances you have of landing a job or getting clients. So someone that has 6 skills, for example, stand a better chance of landing better clients or more gigs than someone that just have 1 skill. Because most times, some people, you don't have permanent contract. Working as a virtual assistant or working online as a freelancer is more like a contractor. It's more like a contractor. That's the way it is. So you see that the regular contractors we have here, they can hit a contract today, make millions of money of naira today and tomorrow. Then the next 3 months, you don't have any contract. Then you are out of contract and you are hustling. That's how sometimes this work online can be. But if you have multiple skill sets, your net will be widened. So whenever they are, are looking for VAs, you can always fit in. They are looking for this key, data entry skill, for example, you can fit in. They are looking for someone that can manage email, someone that can manage calendar, you can fit in. They are looking for someone that can help to manage projects. You understand how to use Trello. You understand how to use Asana. You can be able to fit in. They are looking for someone that can analyze data. You can fit in because you understand Power BI. You understand Microsoft Excel as well as Google Workspace. You can be able to use Google Sheets and analyze data. You can fit in. There are some jobs that looks as if they are very small, very like they are not that very difficult to do. But this client, the reason why they look for assistant is because they have their focus. They have something they are paying attention to. A small business owner, for example, someone that is starting, doesn't want to start wasting time on going to set up Google page, for example. They want to see how they can outsource that to someone that will help them do that so that they can focus on connecting with partners, people that can help them grow their business. So that's why you see that the people are requesting for virtual assistants everywhere. Even in Nigeria, you have a lot of people that needs virtual assistants. Even here, because it saves them cost. They pay less than they spend less on those office infrastructure as well as the cost of keeping people in the office. Not all VAs have access to certain benefits, like let's say the pension and all of this is strictly contract. So they just pay you based on whatever field you guys have agreed on. Now, Having said that, you need to understand that you must have an independent mindset for you to work online as a virtual assistant. You have that mindset of an entrepreneur. You have that mindset of working like someone that owns their own business. So in this space, you're not working like someone that is waiting and looking at 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. for 4 o'clock to knock so they can take their bag and leave the office. No, the money you are earning, it's a direct function of what you can offer. And that's why you see some people are willing to work overnight. Some people have US based clients. I know one of my friends that has a US based client. She told me that her working time was from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. every night. 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. every night. But how much were they paying her? At the end of the month, she was earning almost like they were giving her like $800, per month for that particular client. And then she have another job that she was also doing. That one was much more flexible. They were paying her like Daddy. Calm down, young man. Okay, just 1 minute, please. Okay, sorry, I actually forgot to lock my door, so my boy intruded. I have to settle him. Now, I was giving an instance of someone that is working 2 jobs. She has another job that she works overnight around 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. Then she had another job that was much more flexible, but they were paying her more on that one. So along the line, according to the story she told me, um, she lost the other job that was all through the night just because the client messaged her in the night, and while she was working, she mistakenly dozed off. This body that we have, they say body no be firewood. She dozed off, and the message that she could not respond in 30 minutes. So the following day, they fired her from that job. But according to her, she didn't feel anything because she still had one other client that was paying her way better than that one, and the working conditions were a lot much more better. So what message am I trying to pass? The message I'm trying to pass is that this thing, it's as a function of what you can deliver. These Oyibo people, they only pay for what you can offer. They don't pay for certificates. It's not the certificate, it's not the experience you have. It's is the work you can be able to do once you are able to get the job. And that's why most of them pay you per hour and some pay per tax. So let's look at what I have here. Let's look at what I have. I don't know if my screen is still active. Getting hired as a virtual assistant. Is it still active? Can you still see it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Great. Great. So there are certain things you need to know before you are hired as a virtual assistant or before you start applying for jobs as a virtual assistant. I said, let me move my slide. Now, the first thing you need to do for you to be hired is for you to build the right skills. For you to do what? Build the right skills for the job you want to do. Because the people are paying you for the job that you're going to be doing for them. And if you don't have the skills, you may not be able to deliver. So you need to build those skills. And those skills is what we have taken time to do. But I must tell you that these 5 weeks that we have taken with you is not enough. The 5-6 weeks is not enough for you to master a skill that you don't know before. What we did was just to scratch the surface for you, to introduce the tools to you. Now, if I were you, what I will do is to practice. They say practice makes perfect. So I would practice. I will go online and find tutorials on those tools. If they tell you how, if they introduce Trello to you, go online, find more tutorials. There are dedicated tutorials on how to use Trello. There are tutorials on how to use Asana. There are tutorials on how to use Canva. There are tutorials on how to use how to manage calendars. There are tutorials on how to manage emails. So this is a process of building yourself, building the right skills. Now, while you are watching these tutorials, you're not just watching them, you are practicing. Trust me, a lot of people fall into that trap of watching tutorials over and over. You watch them, you have it sounds to you as if you have an idea, but you cannot lay hands on it because you have not practiced it. Now, I would encourage you to practice it. Now, when you are practicing it, get data, get information, get challenge, get tasks. When you get these tasks and you practice and you do them, keep track of what you have done. Document what you have done. And we talk about documentation, documenting your journey, document your learning track. Whatever you are learning, try to document it. You can take screenshots of the app you are using and keep. Now, that screenshot of the app, shot of the app you are using, you keep it, you write some few notes about what you are doing, the tasks you are trying to do. Now, those things you are doing, you can actually package them into what you call a portfolio when you are applying for jobs. So even while you are studying, you can use the data or the information on what you are studying to package a portfolio that you can actually show someone that you have understanding on how these tools work. So practice to build the right skills. Go over the lecture, what do you call it? The lecture videos that you've had here before now. Practice them. And for those of you that have interest in data analysis, please stay put for tomorrow's class. We will use real life example, real life data sets. Now, if you are able to follow what we will do tomorrow, you can add it into your portfolio as what you have done. If you can only do, I will give you data set that are real life data set on projects that I've worked on. So you can be able to analyze the data set and add it in your portfolio that this is what you have done. All right. Now, once you build the right skill, you have more confidence to be able to talk. You have more confidence to be able to hit interviews, to go for interviews and talk about the tools. They are telling you about Google Workspace. You already know exactly what it is. There's nothing they will bring in Google Workspace that you cannot talk about. And that's why we say that before you guys finish, we will administer an exam. That examination we're administering is not to scale anybody, but it's to make sure that you get yourself acquainted with these tools that you have studied. For people that know how to that studied SQL, for example, you study Power BI, I don't know if you guys learned how to create dashboard, but be able to do something. The little you have learned, put it down and document it. And the next thing is for you to position yourself. Now, positioning yourself means creating a niche, carving a niche for yourself. I began the class by saying that virtual assistant is not a job function. Virtual assistant is someone that is working online. It's assisting organizations to solve problems. Now, the question is, what kind of problems are you helping organizations to solve virtually? So you're a virtual assistant, but inside a virtual assistant, there is a track that you want to follow. You're a virtual assistant admin support. You're a virtual assistant data entry. You're a virtual assistant and social media manager. You're a virtual assistant this. You're a virtual assistant short-let real estate person. There you can be able to help people to manage their apartments, manage Airbnb. These are tracks that as a virtual assistant you can pick. And then when you pick a niche, you can be able to get clients in that particular niche. Although for many people that pick admin services, every sector needs an admin. Almost every business needs admin. Every person needs email and calendar management. But trust me, the virtual assistant space is getting saturated. So you don't want to remain in one place. You don't want to remain only someone that knows how to manage calendar, someone that knows how to manage email. Is one of the simplest tasks that any virtual assistant can do. Now, the only reason why these people have sourced these jobs to you is because they are busy people. It's not as if they cannot do it. is because they have other goals that they are chasing, and they don't want that to drag them behind. So that is why they are outsourcing. It's not as if the jobs are too technical for people not to be able to do. Now, the point I'm trying to make is that diversify your skill set. All right. But while you diversify your skill set, have an area of interest and your niche. Have your niche area where you would say that, okay, this is the area that I am focused. Now, the fact that you are focused or virtual assistant admin does not mean that you should not learn how to use Canva. I don't know if someone heard that. The fact that you are an admin, virtual assistant, doesn't mean that you should not understand how to use Canva. Simple graphics design using Canva. In fact, if you know how to use CapCut, how to create little content using CapCut, it's a very big plus for you. You can use that as a unique selling proposition to stand out as a virtual assistant in the world where many people are applying and the other people have just calendar management. They have just project management skill, calendar management, as well as email management skill. You can add that up. You say, I can be able to manage your social media as an admin support. Manage your social media. Wow, really? Yes, I can use Canva, I can use CapCut to create little videos. You save them that money. Everybody is looking for value. So if you can add value, the more value you can add, the more chances you stand to getting a job. So positioning yourself is very, very important. And remember, I say it means creating a niche for yourself and be known for that niche. Whatever niche you create is where you will build yourself. That you will start learning how to use the tools in that particular niche. All right. If you take data analysis as your niche, you know the track, you know that you have to build yourself in how to analyze data using Excel, how to be able to get data using SQL, you know how to use Power BI, and then you will be thinking of growing and how to be able to use Python. You know, and when you use Python, you keep on improving, It's something that you have to be learning almost every now and then because technology is evolving. The new tools keeps on coming up every day. Every blessed day, new tools keep on coming up. So you need to be consistent. You need to know how to use these tools so that they don't come and ask you a question about a particular tool and you have no idea as a VA. Most times when the clients are posting their jobs, they are specific about the kind of tools that they want, So they will list those tools. They will expect that you should have experience in those tools. All right. So let's assume that you know how to use Google Workspace. If you know how to manage emails using Google Workspace, it's expected that you should be able to manage Microsoft emails using Outlook. You should be able to do that. So if they say, okay, our email service provider is Microsoft, then you not say it's only Google email that you know how to manage. No, you don't limit yourself to those kind of things. Now, lastly, before we go on, it's the place of consistency. Being consistent, it's very, very important in this journey. Very, very important. It's not a journey that you start and leave halfway. I've had testimonials of people that started that didn't get a job in time. They almost gave up, but they keep on showing up. They keep on applying. They keep on pushing. And just 1 year out of 100 no's will change your story. Trust me. 1 year out of 100 no's will change your story. So you have to be consistent. You have to, not give up. The fact that you are sending out applications, the fact that you're sending out proposals and they're saying no or they're not responding to you doesn't mean that you should give up. You should give up. You keep on pushing, keep on rebranding yourself, keep on upgrading yourself and pushing. All right. As I am now, I still take classes, even on VA. Every now and then, if I see a class on a niche that I know that I need those services, I register for it and I take. And then I pay heavily for professional development courses almost every quarter. That's part of what I put as my goals for every year. Every quarter, I do one new professional certification. Not just a certification, but to gain knowledge and to stay abreast of what is happening. So you need to be consistent. You need to show up every now and then for you to be able to land that job. It's not easy. If anybody tells you that it's easy, that person is lying to you. Just like landing a job in the local space is hard. The same way it is on the global space. The advantage you have on the global space is that you're not constrained to a particular country. You're not constrained to United States of America. You're not constrained to UK. You're not constrained to Canada. You're not constrained to Arab. You can get a job from anywhere. And the world is so big. So no matter the number of people that want to work online, there's always space for you to operate. All right. So there's no room for giving up. We need to be consistent. Every time you see something that speaks to you about your niche, you need to show up and apply. Now, how do you build the right skills? How do you build the right skills? I've made mention of it briefly, but let me just highlight some of the skills that we need, some of the niche that we talk about. Now, in virtual assistant, you have what we call the bookkeeping and finance virtual assistant. That's for those that have background in accounting. If you maybe, for example, you study accountancy in the university, you can take that niche, and learn how to use QuickBooks very well. Learn how to use spreadsheet, the Excel that we taught you. You can learn how to build financial models, for example, in Excel as an accountant, and you provide those services online to people. You provide bookkeeping services and finance services. So it's a niche that if you have interest in finance and accounting, you have background in it, you enjoy doing. Now, you also have the research and documentation, internet research, report preparation, as well as what to call documentation. Sometimes we have data entry comes in here too, because data entry roles are very simple tasks. You see, we live in a world of artificial intelligence now. Whether we like it or not, AI has come to stay. And for developed countries, people are building AI models. They are not just consuming it. They are building AI models that are deploying that we're using here. So for you to be able to build any AI model, you need to train the AI with data. You need to train the AI with data so that they can be able to recognize patterns. They can be able to recognize certain behaviors of human beings and act in a way human beings behave. So data is on the rise. People need data. They need information. They need research data. And they need people that can do this, that can provide this data, because relying on machines alone, they've discovered that machines are not that very reliable if they are not well trained. So they need human judgment to prepare the data that they can feed into the machines. So you have platforms that deals with data. What do you call it? Data entry. They ask you to provide data on certain things. They will give you a particular topic to go do a research and then submit the data. Then some organizations also need this data for leads. They use it for lead generation. So they can tell you, for example, they can give you a task, for example, to research real estate companies in a particular city and provide their email addresses as well as phone numbers. Maybe they will give you a number, a target. They say, give us 1,000 or 500 real estate company CEOs. Their data, their company name, their location, their email, and the phone number, so that they can be able to do general leads. They can be able to follow up with a particular product they want to sell. So there's an opportunity there in research and documentation, and it's very simple to do. Just with Google Sheets, you can be able to do that. Your ability to be able to use Google Sheet, format it well, is something like more like copy and paste, data entry. One of the cheapest things, the easiest jobs you can do on the internet, data entry. If I were you, I would add that to part of my, my services that I offer, the data entry services. So as a virtual assistant, admin support, you can also add data entry services, because after all, you've learned how to use Excel, you've learned how to use Google Sheets, and you are not using any other thing more than these tools, apart from going online to carry out research, which you can simply do using Google My Business. You can go to Google My Business pages and you search for real estate companies, let's say in Abuja or in Lagos, and they will pop up. You simply copy the company name, copy the telephone number, copy the email address, and paste in your Google Sheet and arrange it. And before you know, you're done with the tax and you wait for your money. So it's as easy as ABC, data entry. So you can add that to your portfolio as part of what you do. All right. Now, we also have some tech savvy kind of tasks. This one's a little bit technical. If you're not comfortable doing technical stuff, you may find it difficult doing this. We have data analysis, which is what we're trying to inculcate in most of you. That is when they give you a data set, they ask you to analyze and create insights, write a simple report about it. Of recent, I had a gig, someone called me that they were doing a project research on aviation. In aviation, I will share that data set for those of you that we attend our data analysis class tomorrow. I will share the data set with you and we'll use it to practice. They gave me the data set. They said they've collected these questionnaires. They want to analyze it. You know, they want to analyze it and they want me to help them present the results. That's the chapter 4, the data analysis and presentation of results. It's as easy as I did that work in less than a day. And how much did that collect? 100K. Less than a day. Like I spent less than 5 hours doing the job. Trust me, less than 5 hours. Something you can also do. I charge them 100,000 naira. It's a Nigerian client, and they collected my money. So data analysis is another area that you can get gigs even locally if you understand how to analyze data. You know. Now you also have website design. Website design is something that is very easy for those of you that are tech savvy. It's very easy. These days, artificial intelligence can help you do this. You can use WordPress. WordPress is as simple as ABC. Design good website with beautiful templates. The ERP are customized softwares. This one is much more a little bit technical, so you may not want to go into that. But these are enterprise resource planning systems that you study what the organization is doing and then mirror it into a software that solves their problem. They have video editing. For those of you that are into media that will want to do that, it's also a niche that people are cashing out online. In fact, video editing is one niche that if you know how to edit video, because content creation is on the rise. One of the things in the digital economy is fueled by content and data. So anything that has to do with data and content creation, trust me, there is money in it. So video editing, photo editing, graphic design, all of this are a little bit tech savvy, but there are skills that if you learn, especially graphic design, now you can learn that. We use Canva. Nobody is suffering to go and start learning Photoshop. They say you want to be a professional graphic designer, but just for you to be able to create social media content that you can manage social media accounts, Canva can survive. Trust me, can survive. So these are some of the right skills that you should be looking at if you want to excel as a VA. Remember, I said VA is not a job, it's a skills that will help you get a virtual assistant job. So how many skill sets are in your knowledge bank? That's a question you should be asking yourself. If I were you, while this class is going on, I will put on my jotter and I will take note of the skill set that I have, that I know that are marketable, and the ones that I want to have based on the niche I've chosen. If I know I don't have them, or if I know the knowledge I have is not yet enough, what do? You go on the internet and get research. You don't need to pay again. You've gotten the roadmap now. What you need to do is build on what you have gotten and be able to explore. All right. So let's look at. I didn't write admin services there, but I've already spoken about it, so I don't need to necessarily write it there. I think I skipped that out of error. But you have administrative support services, which is where most of us want to be. You know, that is where most of us want to be because it's easy. But one thing you should know is that if you want to find money, where the place that is very, very easy, you know that people will pitch there plenty. So you try to navigate and find a route that is not that very easy, and so that you will know that the number of competitors you have will reduce. But admin support is a fantastic niche, but I would not advise that you stick to it alone. Try to learn more tools to add to the calendar management and email management, as well as the project management tools that you have learned. All right. Now, of recent, let me just say this one skill set that is coming on. In fact, we'll start a training on it very soon. There's a skill set that is coming up that is hot in the market. They call it AI automation. How many of us have heard of it? AI automation.
I have, sir. I have.
You have. Good.
Yes, sir.
Have you taken any tutorial or any course on it before?
No, really, no, sir.
Okay, so take this down. Everybody, take
Okay.
this down. Write Zapier.
Okay. Moment.
Zapier. Zappier.
Z-A.
Zappier. Zapier.
E-R.
Zappier.
R. All right, sir.
Zapier.
All right, sir.
Please, when you finish after this class, in your study time, when you want to learn, go and study how to automate tasks using Zapier. All right, look for tutorials on YouTube how to use Zapier, how to automate common routine tasks using Zapier. It's something that will give you an edge as a virtual assistant. Right? People do that as a full-blown course, but I'm giving you for free. Go and study it. You can use Zapier to automate certain tasks like email sending of email reminders. You see, when you sign up for a particular conference or you sign up for a particular training, and then the next thing you start seeing emails coming into your inbox. When it is 2 days to the event, they send you reminders. When you have not paid, they send you reminders. All of these are done by bots, AI bots, right? It's not a human being that is sending the emails. The emails are being sent, they are being configured. So when you automate, when you configure Zapier, you connect Zapier to your email and you connect it to probably the form provider, maybe Google Forms. When you submit your information on the Google Form, Zapier or AI can automatically fetch that information from your email and construct an email. In fact, it will interact with you. You will think it's a human being. The AI will interact with you. You will think it's a human being that is responding to you. They also use it for customer service, to automate customer service. All these chatbots that you see, Zapier is used in implementing most of those things. So these are tools, these are skills that, the right skills that if you have, your clients will not be able to resist. Imagine you applying for writing a proposal and telling the client that in addition, I can use Zapier to automate your emails, ensuring you don't miss out on any contract. They know that Zapier is existing. And if you have a VA person that can be able to do that, that's a big bonus. So they will give you that job before any other VA. Trust me. So learn Zapier. If you, I will not mention another one. That Zapier, start with Zapier first. That's so that you don't have information overload. Go and study it. It's very simple. You don't need code. You don't write code. You just drag and drop. All right? Just logic. If this happens, do this. If this happens, do this. Drag and drop buttons. As simple as that to implement. And you have free version of Zapier. It's just like the way ChatGPT is. You have free version. You can do certain things for free. And if you have a client that is interested in it, they will subscribe it. Some of them will subscribe for their company or before they give you access to be able to use. So with a free version, you can be able to do basic tasks. All right? So what are the things you should know also to be hired? Number one, you should get a what? Professional portfolio. Get a professional portfolio. Who can tell us what a portfolio is?
Okay. I think what I understand by portfolio is like maybe a record of the works you have worked, projects you've worked on, and documented in a particular website.
Okay, a record of the projects you have worked on, documented in a particular website. Thank you. Any other person? Yes. Portfolio. Must it be on a website? Let me hear from another person, not narrow cash again. Yes. Mr. Michael, you want to say something?
I think it's a more advanced form of your resume that itemizes your your projects, your skill set, basically.
Okay, an advanced format of your resume that depicts or show much more details about your resume, about what you have done, the skills and the tools that you are proficient with, the projects you have done using those tools. You know, normally in your resume, you may not have the opportunity to write everything on your resume. There's a limit to what a resume can take. You don't want to have a resume of 7 pages, 4, 5 pages. Nobody have that patience to be going through your CV, that lengthy CV. They want to see just the relevant skill set, what is relevant to the job on your resume. So your resume may not capture everything, but a portfolio, just like Naroka said, can be on a website, on the web. You can just have a link to where you document every project you have worked, the tools you have used, the details of the project, so that a potential client can be able to scan through and see that, yes, this guy has actually qualified for this. He has done this, he has done this, he has done that, he has done this. You know, so portfolio has a way of convincing the client that you have the requisite skills and experience to be able to deliver on the job. Remember, the people you are dealing with, the clients you are dealing with, have not known you before. They have not met you before. Neither do they know where you live. They don't know anything. Whatever they're doing with you, they're taking a risk, a big risk. So they want, to some large extent, to be convinced that you can deliver on what you say you will do. And the only way they can be convinced is through your past experience, through your history, through them doing a background check on you. And that portfolio is part of what they look at. All right? So apart from the portfolio, they will also look at your, sometimes they will look at your social media presence, and that's why it's important that you focus. So if you are pursuing a particular niche, it's important that you are up to date in that niche. It's important that you share content that relates to that niche. It's important that you share your work experience. It's important that you share your little wins. All right? What do we mean by little wins? Sometimes, before now, in fact, I used to be a very shy person. I used to be a very hardly introverted person that I cannot even stand in a crowd of 10 people and speak. Trust me, that was who I was before my NYSC. But something happened. During my NYSC, I volunteered. I served in Abuja, in Kubwa camp, for those of you that are conversant with Abuja. So I volunteered to participate in a debate, an annual debate that they normally do at the camp. They call it Mind the Gap. Mind the Gap. How many of us have heard of that? Is there anybody that is conversant with Abuja here? Anybody here? Okay. It looks like all of you are, there's nobody that is conversant with Abuja. Now,
Hello, are you talking?
yes, I was saying something. I was asking, anybody conversant with Abuja here? Nobody. Okay, so I was sharing a story. I want to relate it to sharing your wins. Now,
hello, sir.
Yes, Narrow Cash. Can you guys hear me?
Hello.
Yes, can you guys hear me? Can anybody hear me?
Let me know the
Yes, I can hear you.
We can hear you very clearly. I think he
Okay.
has network problem.
Okay, Narrow Cash, it's like you are having some little challenges. Now, what I was saying is that I was very shy in the university. I was someone that could not come out in the public and speak. You know, but something happened that transformed my life. While I was serving, I was posted to FCT Abuja. So went to Kubwa camp. And in Kubwa camp, there is this annual debate that Ed Salad used to sponsor. They call it Mind the Gap debate. So they will bring random topics. That year, I remember it was on entrepreneurship, some topic on entrepreneurship development. I can't remember the entire topic, but I know it has to do with entrepreneurship development. and job creation. So I volunteered to represent my platoon with one other guy, two other people, two other guy. So after preparing for the debate for like 3-4 days, on the day of the event, I got into the hall late because I was coming from somewhere. I think I was either I was having a punishment or something. They called me that it was time for the debate, so I was running. In fact, I've not betted. I was running to go to the stage. I even fell down while going there. So when I got to the stage fright would not allow me to remember even my own name. I'm telling you a true life story. I could not remember my name. I could not introduce myself to the audience. You know how plenty NYC people used to be? Like hundreds of people, huge, gathered in a very big hall. I stood up in front and I could not call my name. I made a mistake pronouncing my name. That was how I was shivering. I didn't know what I said till today on that stage. If it were not for my co-debaters that helped me, my colleagues that helped me, we came third in that competition. I went back to my hostel. I could not forgive myself. I was just like crying, shedding tears, and all of this. So who sent me? Who said I should go and do this? But I took up a challenge after that incident. That's why I will not forget that incident. After that incident, I took up a challenge to learn public speaking. Now, I read books on public speaking. I attended trainings on public speaking. I got a mentor on public speaking. And that was how I picked a career in speaking. I picked a career in training people, in teaching. Today, as we speak now, I don't see that crowd, whether it is the president that is sitting, bring all the presidents in the whole world, let them sit down. I will still climb the pulpit and say whatever I want to say. Whatever I plan to say, I will say it and calm down. Now, what am I trying to say? It is very, very important that you document your wins. It is very, very important that you are someone that speaks up. Some of us, we say we are introvert, we don't want to share things on our social media. Things happen, you do a lot of things, they promote you in the office, you execute certain tasks, you go for certain trips, you don't share. You go for trainings, you don't share it because you are being introverted. But trust me, if you don't share it, whatever happens, no matter how beautiful, no matter how brilliant you are, if people don't know you are brilliant, you will remain the best kept secret in the world. So learn to share your wins. If you take a training and you are able to execute something, no matter how little it is, document it. Share it on your page, your professional page. If you think you don't want to be mixing pleasure and your professional work, separate your pages. Have a professional page separate from your personal profile where you are sharing family and all, everybody is there. So that you can maintain that professionalism. You share your professional work experience, whatever you do, you share there. Because when you have a prospect, you see people coming to check your profile. Today, there's no day that passes I don't see people checking my LinkedIn profile. In fact, I before now, I don't used to pay attention to my LinkedIn profile because I felt I was working and I'm not looking for a job and all of this. But there was a time that I started, because if I attend any training, for example, if they invite me for any training to go and present, once I finish the training, the following day I will see that 20 people have checked my LinkedIn profile. They want to go and see who was talking to them. So if there's nothing there, trust me, they'll feel this person is empty. There's nothing there. But meanwhile, you are loaded. You have a lot of things you have done. So you need to learn how to share that. That is part of your portfolio. It's part of what clients will be looking out for. They will go to your social media pages and search what you have been posting. They will look at what you have done before, if you have experience that are related to what you are saying you are doing. All right? So portfolio is very, very important. I'm not sure I will have time to teach you how to do portfolio, but you can get a portfolio using Canva, as simple as Canva. You can design portfolio in Canva. I hope we know that. The other day we introduce you to Canva. Go to Canva website. You will pick any template and you can convert it to a beautiful portfolio. And when you finish, you share it. It will be stored there. You can share the link to anybody that wants to see your portfolio. And the beauty of it is that you can keep on updating it there. That is the beauty of using Canva to design your portfolio. Anytime you do any new thing, you just go there, add it up. Anytime you do any new thing, you just go there, add it up. There are presets there. Designs are already there that you can just pick from anyone and change the content to your own. So use Canva to design a portfolio for your job, for whatever you have been doing. Document it there so that you can be able to share with people. Now, another thing is that you need to understand how to write proposals. Because one of the platforms that will introduce you to where to get jobs, you will constantly be submitting proposals. Because I told you that this VA online market, job market, is more like you are a contractor, right? Nobody knows what you can do until you tell them what you can do. So there will be jobs. People will bid for it. You too will bid for it. So you need to convince the clients that you are the best candidate for that job. Just the same way you apply for job for work, for normal work when you write cover letters. But this time around we call it proposal. It's not cover letters. So you are not writing cover letters, you're writing proposals. If you have been in the corporate world, there's what they call RFP, request for proposal. So when an organization wants to give out a job, they will send out what they call RFP. RFP is called request for proposal. That RFP will contain the terms of reference, TOR. It will contain the description of the job they want you to do. It will contain information about the job they want you to do. So your duty as a contractor is to respond to that RFP, stating your methodology you want to apply in doing the job, stating the tools you want, your technical ability and the capability to be able to handle the job. So that's basically what a proposal does. It responds to the request of your client seeking for qualified persons to be hired. So don't just write proposal blindly. Before you write any proposal, you need to take some time and read the job description. Read the job that they're asking you to do. Have an understanding of the job they want you to do so that you can be able to respond to the request. Because the proposal is not about you. Sometimes these are mistakes that some other people do. They think they know how to write proposal. When they're writing a proposal, they're writing about what I can do. I know how to use Canva. I know how to use Chat GPT. I know how to use PowerPoint. I know how to use Google Workspace. I know how to use Trello. I know how to, no, that is not what the client wants to know. It's not about you. Writing a proposal should never be about you. It should be about the client's needs. It should be how you can meet the needs of the client, how you can solve their problem. They have a problem that they're looking for who can solve the problem. So how can you solve the problem? What skills do you have that fit into what they are looking forward to? What relevant experience do you have? What have you done before that speak to what the client is requesting of you to do? That's what a proposal should look like. I will give you some kind of a crash program on proposal writing before we finish this session. Just some key things that you should look out for in writing a proposal. All right, before we finish. Now, let's look at something else. Where to find these jobs? Because I know that that's something that almost all of us have been looking forward to, and everybody has been looking forward to. So where can we find VA jobs? Where can we find the jobs? What are the jobs? Where can we find them? There are so many places that you can be able to get these jobs. There are so many places online that you can get the jobs. Now, first of all, you should know the kind of target audience, the kind of people that require your service when you are seeking for virtual assistant jobs. You should know that it is individual. You have both individuals and also corporate organizations seek for freelancers. Individuals, I mean, you have people that are doing business, only them. You have coaches, you have consultants, you have, people that have businesses that they are running on their own. Nowadays, we live in a digital era where somebody can decide to sit and be running a business, only him in his house. There's no office. So they need people that can work with them. They need people that can work with them, but virtually, but help them to be able to fulfill their customer needs. You have content creators that need virtual assistants. You have influencers that need virtual assistant services to help them manage their schedules, their busy schedules. And then you also have small business owners. Now, some small business owners don't have the capacity to hire full-time staff. In the foreign countries, labor is not as cheap as it is in Nigeria here. It's only in Nigeria here that you can hire somebody. They will pay the person 100,000 naira, and they want the person to come to office from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Is that not witchcraft? 100,000 naira. You pay someone 100,000 naira. Then you want the person to be coming to office from Monday to Friday, 5 a.m., 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then you still want the person to wear suits, join on top. In the foreign countries, it's not like that. Labor is not as cheap as that. There are labor laws that you must adhere to. Here, our minimum wage is 70,000 naira. So if you pay 100,000, you're even gone above the minimum wage. But the truth is that the wage is not a living wage. So these people, they resort to outsourcing jobs to outside their own territory. They look for places in Africa, in the Philippines, in other Asian countries where labor is not as expensive as the West, and give out their jobs, and the people do, and they're happy. In Nigeria here now, if you are paying someone $10 per hour, most people are happy with it, because if you give them 5 hours to work in a day, that's $50 in a day. If they're able to work 20 hours a week, that's $200 in a week. The person may be happy. Of course, he will be. By the time he work for one month, that's $800 in a month, which is reasonable. Can take care of anybody here. At least you can take care of people, even people with family. So individuals and entrepreneurs need VA job services. Your responsibility is to find these people. Where do they hang out? Where do they hang out? And that brings out to the platforms that you can find the people. Just like physically now, if you're looking for certain class of people, there is a place that you will go that you will find them. If you're looking for certain class of people, there are places that you will go that you find. If you're looking for the youth, for example, for banter, you go on Twitter, you can get them there, where they can drag you and drag everybody from morning till night, and nobody will get tired. If you're looking for professionals, people that take their job very serious and all of this, you go on LinkedIn, they are there. Looking for small business owners, most of them are on Facebook too. You can find them. Coaches and consultants, you will find them on LinkedIn. All right. So you also have other organizations like startups that need flexible administrative help. Non-profit and NGOs often outsource admin tasks to VAs as well. SMEs, small and medium enterprises, look to cut their human resource costs. So they outsource so many jobs to virtual assistants. Remember, I said virtual assistants are people that work online. So the job they will outsource to you is depending on the skill set that you have and the niche that you have chosen. That will depend on the kind of organizations that you can work for. Now let's look at another place. Now this is the online marketplace and job boards. Online marketplace. This is where most people dwell, and a lot of people complain of these places because of competition. Now, online marketplace and job boards, so popularly among all of them, you have the Upwork. Upwork. How many of us are on Upwork here? You have an account on Upwork before? Or you've heard of it?
Yeah, I'm actually there.
You are there, right? Good. All right. Who else again is on Upwork? Two people. If you are there, let me see your hand. Okay. So I have 2, 3, 3 people on Upwork only. All right, you can lower your hands. Thank you. Toyose, Matthew, and Mark here. All right, good. So you have Upwork. You also have Fiverr. How about Fiverr?
No,
Okay.
no, not there.
Not there. Only Toyose is on Fiverr. Okay. Now, how many people are on LinkedIn here? Raise your hand if you're on LinkedIn, please. Where am I? I can't find the, I want to see the people. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I expect almost everybody to be on LinkedIn here. Honestly. Okay. 5 people are on LinkedIn. Nice one. Great. People can lower your hands. Now, we have some other minor platforms. We have the freelancer.com. We also have what we call flex jobs. All right? We have flex jobs. We have freelancers. There are so many remote job boards out there. Now, if you're on LinkedIn, for those of you that are on LinkedIn, I want to give you an assignment now. Go to LinkedIn right now. Go to LinkedIn now on your device. I don't know if you can minimize this. I want to give you a task now for those of you that are on LinkedIn. If you are ready, let me know. I want to drop a chat. If you go to LinkedIn, type remote under the search button, remote and hired. Have you done that?
Remote and hired.
Yes, remote and hired.
Okay. Should we search?
Yes, search. Search for it. Follow them. Here's my LinkedIn account.
Okay.
Have you seen them? Remote and hired.
It's not bringing a specific account or
Yes.
different people.
Huh?
It's not
It's not showing a particular.
specific account. It's just
Let
showing
me
for
see.
several.
Let me see their actual name. Let me see. I'm coming. Let me see. They are recruitment agents. They are remote job recruitment agents. They have a lot of VA jobs as well as other remote opportunities that you can tap in. Remote and hired. You didn't see a company, remote and hired. Let me share. Can you see my screen? Can you see my LinkedIn profile?
No, sir.
Okay, so let me show you now. I'm coming. Let me stop sharing
Yeah,
this.
if you're searching through your mobile device, you have to click on company after writing the phrase. It brings it for you.
Okay, okay. So look at main here, or remote and hired.
Oh, yeah. There's remote and hired.
Yes, remote and hired.
Yeah.
Please follow them immediately. For those of you that don't have LinkedIn profile, you will need to set up one. It's part of what you must do for this class. For you to be able to be successful in this journey, you must have a LinkedIn profile. For those of you that don't have, please, I need you guys to set up a LinkedIn profile after today. Don't procrastinate. All right, Grace, are you there? Prince? Prince, are you there? Okay, so if you
I'm there,
you
I'm there. I've seen it.
all right, great. My is echoing back.
Yeah.
Sorry, you guys hearing it. Okay, I think it's better now. It's better now. All right, so now look for parasol. Parasol. Oh, parasol is not this one. I'll find their LinkedIn profile. I'll find their LinkedIn. Parasol BPO. Let me check. No. Great. So I've seen it. Parasol BPO. Search for Parasol BPO. I will share the Parasol BPO. I'll share that in the chat box. You can see Parasol BPO. Follow them too. Now, these people I'm giving you, there's no week that passes by that they don't have direct clients. They don't have people that require the services of VH, as well as what do you call it? VA, as well as other remote job roles that you can fit in. All right, so follow them so that you can keep a tab on them. Anytime they post a job that aligns with your niche, you can simply just apply. Okay, there you can also, if you go to LinkedIn, you can also follow. There are so many other remote job groups. If you go to your search box, if you go to your LinkedIn search box, I've stopped sharing my this thing. Let me share. Let me share that again. If you go to your LinkedIn, great, I think that's it. Yes, can you see my page, my LinkedIn page?
Yes, sir.
Go to the search box and search for remote jobs. I'm just demonstrating for you. You can do this every day. Set a target for yourself. Every day you search for this and get to apply for at least 3 or 4 jobs here. If you mean it, you will get it. Just don't mind if they reject you or not for the first time. They will reject. There will be rejections. But trust me, just one single year that you have will wipe away all the rejected for jobs that you've applied. It will wipe away all the pains of rejections that you've had before. So if you type remote jobs, you see virtual assistant comes up first here. Virtual assistant, help desk, Nigeria remote. That was posted 1 week ago. Customer support specialist. I expect that every VA should have these customer support skills. So if you have a job on customer service, should be a bonus. You should be able to handle that. All right. Look at executive assistant. It's the same thing with VA, administrative assistant, is the same thing. So don't mind the nomenclature. If you say executive assistant is the same thing as administrative support. That is the service you are rendering. You are going to be managing the email address of the CEO. You are going to be managing the calendar and appointments. You are going to be booking flights. You are going to be doing most of these hotel booking. They said they want to travel. You should help them book hotel, check city, and all of this tax. That is what an executive assistant will do. So you can see all jobs in Nigeria. You can also filter by the location you want. If I don't want Nigeria jobs. They don't pay much. So I want to see, let's say, virtual assistant. Virtual assistant. Then I change the country here. I say United States of America. So you can filter that. Instead of seeing Nigerian jobs, the filter is where you can see US jobs, virtual assistant. So you can see that US job, any country you want, you can filter from there. So you can see the roles here. Just go through them carefully, see the ones that suit your skill sets, and you can be able to apply. The beauty of it is that you can apply for as many as you can, as many as you want. Because on LinkedIn, you don't pay for connect. You don't pay for credit before applying for these jobs. All right. So LinkedIn is a great place to get remote jobs. It's a great place. It's a very nice place to get remote jobs. Now, I will also shock you that there are job opportunities on Facebook too. How many of us know? There are remote job opportunities on Facebook. A friend of mine shared her experience. We were discussing I think last week, she told me that her first virtual assistant gig that she had was through Facebook, that the person contacted her. It was through Facebook. She thought it was scam, but when she did her own internal audit, of course, you have to be careful because there are a lot of scams on Facebook. So when you are dealing with Facebook, you have to be extra careful. There are certain things you must look out for. And if the client fail those tests, you know that it's not a real client. All right. So you can get clients on Facebook. You can get clients on LinkedIn. Of course, you can get clients on Upwork. Upwork is not that very easy. For those of you that have been there before, for those of you that have been on Upwork, you know that it's not that very easy, but it's doable, especially if you're just starting. There's always a starting point. Trust me, it's always a starting point. So some people say Upwork is very difficult. I've been there for years. I've not seen any client. But if you put in the work on Upwork, trust me, you will enjoy Upwork. I will tell you some few things that you can do on Upwork to be able to land that client. It will not be a day job. It will not be maybe 1 week, but with consistency and showing up, you will land the job. Now, another method that is very common and popular for people that are beginners, people that don't have maybe much portfolio, those that don't have reviews much, you don't have much experience, is what we call the cold outreach, right? Cold outreach. We have tried it before, right? Those of you that are Upwork, how many of us have used cold outreach method before? Cold leads. Who knows what it means?
I don't, sir.
Who can help us explain what cold reach is? Cold outreach. Who can try? Anybody? Just
Is this same thing with cold emails?
okay. Similar. Similar to cold emails. The only difference is that it's not just emails. So if you take out the emails, yeah, I think we'll be on the same page. So cold outreach is not just about emails. What it means is identifying people that you think will need your service and reaching out to them, even when they did not advertise for anything. I've received that quite a number of times. in my email, I've seen a lot of a young man sent his portfolio to me, sent email. In fact, he reached out on WhatsApp because our WhatsApp number is on our website and everywhere. So he reached out on WhatsApp, sent his portfolio, and tried to explain to me who he is and what he can do for our company. I appreciated it. I told him we'll get back to him if we had time, if we had the need for his services. Now, let me tell you what you don't know. Many businesses are struggling with one thing or the other. Many businesses are struggling in some certain areas. Some businesses, if you check them, you see that they don't pay attention to their social media pages. The pages are struggling because they don't have the capacity to hire an in-house person to do that. All right? It's expensive for them to keep a staff that will be managing that. So they decide to, not as if they don't want that service or they don't want to be paying attention to the business in that aspect, but because they don't have a solution, or at that moment they are focused on more pressing needs. So sometimes they are waiting for someone to identify that challenge and provide a solution for them. So one of the best ways to get results in cold outreach is when you are able to identify a challenge, a specific challenge that you think a company is facing, and then you offer to solve that problem. They will get back to you if it hits them. I say if it hits them. That means that you will need to hit the pain points. You need to identify the pain points and proper solutions to it. Now, let me give you an example. I talk about social media pages. Now, you go to Google My Business, for example, in a particular location. Let's say you want to check certain kinds of businesses in Chicago, US. Let's say training institute, consultants in Chicago. You go on Google My Business, you say, okay, I want to see training institutes in Chicago, USA. They list them. Google will list them for you. Definitely, they will list them for you. So you now go and start checking their reviews. You start checking how the businesses are arranged on Google, how they are ranked. The first ones, yes, they are doing well. Other ones will be down, 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 down. You can visit their website, and from there you can also see their social media pages. You can visit their pages before you send out any cold outreach email. Please carry out a research on the business. Take your time. Don't just send 20. It's better you send 5 that you know that you have researched than you sending 20 cold emails that will likely land in the what do you call it, junk box. Carry out simple research. Know what the business is suffering from. If maybe you see that they are not responding to their Google reviews, they are not responding to their social media comments, people are commenting, you see they post products, then people are commenting, but there's nobody to respond. They are lacking hands there. Some of them are very busy. They will just drop the products. Even in Nigeria here, you can, in fact, these VA services, if you want to result, you start within the Nigerian market first. If you start within the Nigerian market, you can build your portfolio. The money may not be much, but you will get results quickly. You build portfolios, and with those portfolios, you can use them to get the foreign clients that you want. When you are chasing the foreign clients, you'll be dealing with the Nigerian clients here. So you see that a lot of businesses here are suffering. Some of them post online, and then you see nobody is responding. You see people make comments and nobody is responding. People say, I want this, and see it's quiet. 2 weeks later, somebody will come and respond and go again. That means they are lacking hands in those particular areas. All right? And that requires for the services of a VA. So a VA that can be able to manage the social media can easily take that tax. If you take the tax of managing the social media, a small business that you charge, let's say you charge them like small amount of money, you get like 3 or 4 those clients. You combine them together. That will be something for you. So cold outreach is when you reach out to businesses or you reach out to individuals unsolicited. They are not solicited for your service, but you identify a challenge they are facing, and you either send an email or you send a DM or you send a WhatsApp message, whatever means you choose to reach out to them. Without them, as long as they are not the ones that have requested for your service before you reach out to them, we call that cold outreach. So it's similar to cold emails. All right. Now, you also want to be able to attend if you have some kind of networking events. Let's say if you see online webinars that are free, most times they are free. You attend them, you gain knowledge, you join groups. Like I've given you that remote and hire. There are so many other groups on LinkedIn that are about that post remote jobs on daily. I have quite a number of them that maybe I may share with you guys in the group. You can join them. They post opportunities like that Parasol BPO. If you have followed them, they also have a WhatsApp community. What they do is their own is that a business process outsourcing company. What they do is to look for jobs from foreign clients and then get Nigerian guys to do the job on their behalf. Now we call that remote job agents. They are more like agencies. Their own kind of jobs may not pay as much as the ones you get directly yourself, but it's a good place to start. It's a good way to start. You get a job with them, you will still earn well. The only thing is that for those people that are greedy, you'll be saying, why am I earning? And this person is also earning from the job I am doing. But you don't know where the client came from, So it's always a good place to start. Don't be greedy. They pay you your own. They take what belongs to them. You work for them a few times. You begin to build your portfolio and you move. Okay? All right. So any question so far? Any questions so far? Or contribution? I've discussed so many areas at any places that you can be able to find these remote jobs.
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Yes. So I want to ask, do you have any platforms that you think is great for building your portfolio?
Yes, I said you use Canva.
I learned that Canva is just a graphics drag and drop platform. I mean, platforms like a web place where you can itemize some of these things that you have. Or how does Canva work with portfolio?
Okay, now Canva he's not just Canva has a mini website on it. Of course, you can, if you have technical skills, you can build your portfolio using WordPress. You have portfolio templates there. You understand? Now, what you should understand is that portfolio is just a way of showcasing the jobs you have done, to show the people that this is what you have done, this is what you have done. In Canva, why I choose Canva is because it's easier for people that are beginning. You can take screenshots, for example, of you working in Trello to attach to your portfolio design. Just put it there. You don't need to design much. You don't need to have design skills. You pick a template on Canva that has a website already, you can be able to add whatever you are doing there. You can add more pages if it requires more pages, you can add more pages. Now, if you have technical skills, you can also use WordPress. Okay, you can use WordPress if that's what you want. You can also use WordPress to design your portfolio and do it the way you want it. Does that answer your question?
Yes, no problem. Yeah, it does.
Many people use WordPress, but Canva is the easiest. Trust me, Canva is the easiest. You don't even need graphics.
Can we use GitHub?
Yes, of course. You can use GitHub. Why not? You can use GitHub. All right. So now,
Sorry, sir. GitHub
yes.
for portfolio.
Put your jobs there and share the link.
Oh,
And
okay.
people will see them.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
So now let's. I wanted to, for those of us that don't have, what do you call it? Those of us that don't have Upwork account, it's very, very important. It's very, very important that you have one. Okay, it's very, very important that you have Upwork account. I will just speak briefly about some certain things. Now, when you want to open an Upwork account is very simple, very straightforward. You just need to get to, did I share that? Let me share the link. Okay. So take this link. For those of you that don't have Upwork account, create an Upwork account. Is where you will find clients and where clients will find you. But it's not a day job. It's not a day job. It's not like you open the account today and then you will not have clients tomorrow. No. You need to open the account. You need to optimize your profile, first of all. Optimize your profile to be 100%. Just make sure your profile is 100%. Optimizing your profile means you are writing about what you can do, the services you offer, in such a way that you will pop up when clients are looking for you, in such a way that you are using the right keywords that describe who you are. Okay, now let me give you an example how I do my profile so that it will be easy for you too. I want to believe that all of us use Chat GPT, right? Everybody here. I want to believe that. If you have not used ChatGPT, let me know. If everybody keep quiet, I will assume that everybody is using it, which is the standard, which should be. That's the standard thing now. Okay, so I'm assuming that all of us are using it. So if you are using ChatGPT, what you should do is that by now, ChatGPT should have your CV. Please, if you have not done that, upload your CV to your ChatGPT. Now, for any new skill you learn, like the skills you have learned in this training, all the tools that you were taught, go and tell your ChatGPT that you have undertaken a course on virtual assistant, and now you know how to do this, you know how to do this, you know how to use this, you know how to use this, you know how to use this. You want to pursue a career in virtual assistant. Let ChatGPT know. It's your friend, it's your assistant, your personal assistant. So let it know everything about you, everything you want to do now, let it know. Now, why am I saying this? So that if you want to get result from ChatGPT, it becomes easy. The more it knows about you, the easier it is for it to be able to write about you. So if ChatGPT knows about your strengths and your weaknesses, you now create your Upwork account and you want to write your profile or even your bio, your short bio, that tagline. You can simply ask ChatGPT to create a catchy bio for you as an administrative support virtual assistant suitable for Upwork account. All right. So if you give that prompt, ChatGPT is going to help you carve out some selected taglines for you to pick from. So you see the one that best describe you, pick it up and put in the tagline. Then you come back and ask it to create a profile, a catchy profile suitable for Upwork as an administrative support. List the skills that you know and the niche you want to take. If you want to add social media management, maybe you have little knowledge about graphics design using Canva and you want to add social media management, you want to add email management, you want to add calendar management, you want to add, I've introduced something to you today, which I expect all of you to add as data entry. You want to add data entry into it. Data entry is not technical at all. You just copy and paste, format, send the report. You're done. Data entry. Add all of this and ask ChatGPT to help you optimize the profile suitable for Upwork account. It will create that for you beautifully. Read through and see. If there are areas you need to edit, please edit. Don't just copy what ChatGPT will give you and go and paste there. Edit it and make sure it suits what you want. Take it to Upwork and update your profile. Make sure you put a very nice picture, a picture that you are smiling, that you have a smiling face. Get a professional photographer. If you don't have a good phone, take a studio picture if it means doing so. But if you have a very good phone and you can edit picture very well, you can be able to take, a good picture with your phone. Make sure you are smiling. not the type that you'll be frowning that someone looks at your profile picture that will walk away. Put a picture that can invite, that looks inviting. You know, don't let it look as if you're a sad person. Now, once you do that, you finish, you will set up your account. If you finish setting up your account, you will upload your CV as well. Of course, that's a short way of doing it. Upload your updated CV. When you update, you will upload your updated CV. Upwork will dictate some work experience there. There are some that it may not dictate. It will ask you to edit. So you just quickly run through it. The places that are mistakes, you correct them, edit it, and proceed. And once you finish setting up your account, you cannot buy your Connect. Now, Upwork is not free. And I love the fact that it's not free, because if it is not free, it means that many people that are not serious will not want to do it again. You need to buy Connect before you can apply, you can submit proposals. All right? You need to get Connect. Connect is just like your coins, it's just like the money you use to submit, the points you have to be able to submit a proposal. That's all Upwork works. So you buy Connect upfront, then you use the Connect to apply for jobs. When the Connect finish and you didn't have any job, you will still have to buy again. That's why we say that this journey is a journey of consistency. It requires patience and consistency. You can get Connect sometimes like $15, $20. You can get up to 100 Connects. Some jobs can take up to 5 Connects, some 4, some 6, some 8, depending on the quality of the job. So your power on Upwork lies in the quality of your proposal writing. Lies in the quality of your proposal writing. Now, it's not only Upwork that you will get this job. Remember, we've spoken about some other platform that you don't need to pay any money. You can also use Fiverr. But Fiverr works somehow in a different way from Upwork. What Fiverr does is that you, as an individual, create your own gigs. All right? So you're working like a company. You create your products and your services, and you name your price. And people come look at it, just like you kept your market. People come look at it, and if they are interested in your market, they purchase, they pay, or they invite you and they have a deal with you. If they're not interested, they move. So that's how Fiverr works. But Fiverr is a little bit different. You have to create those gigs and put your price tags on the gigs that you've created. Let's say you can say executive support, email management support for busy executive, something like that. And then you put a price for it, and everybody will now be saying what you have put down there. Just like they are in the market square. They will price, and if they want, they will buy. So let's look at crash course on proposal writing, so that you can have an idea on how to put together a proposal that will attract clients for you. Because if you don't write good proposals, you will just be spending your Connect on Upwork. You submit 1,000 proposals, nobody will look at it. Because there are many proposals, trust me, that people are sending. And those clients, some of them don't have much time. So if they look at the opening lines and it's not what they want, they simply just walk away. So let's look at this. Now, number one, I have some high points that I need you to take note in proposal writing. Number one, start with the client, not you. I've said this before. Everything is not about you. This thing is not about you. It's about the clients. All right? So you are not coming to come and talk about you. You are talking about the client. So let's say, for example, an example I put here. Instead of you saying, coming to a client and saying, hi, my name is Paul, and I have 5 years of experience as a virtual assistant, this, that. It's what everybody is going to be writing. So you beg to differ a little bit. All right? So you can be able to let the client understand that you have seen the post, you have seen what they request, because for every job you are responding to, like I told you before, there's a request that the client has made. There's a request that the client has made. Say, I need the services of a virtual assistant that can help him do this, do this, do this. The person must be proficient in this, must be this, must be that, must be that. My payment is like this. All right? So you come back, try to interpret what the client wants in a very brief note. Look at an example that I put here. You can say, hello, I see you need someone to manage your emails and calendar while ensuring fast response times. Yes, I have helped busy executives like you achieve zero inbox in less than a week. I have over 5 years of experience doing this. You cannot start talking about your experience after you've mentioned the job. You now, the person see that you have read what he wants before you continue talking about you. So don't start with you. Don't start with I have so number of experience. Talk about the job first. What the person needs. This is what you have seen. This is what you've understood in a very brief and concise manner. It's not like the person wrote the whole brief in one sentence, but you are summarizing it in one sentence so that you can give him an idea that you understood exactly what he wants you to do. This request for response to proposals, we call it your understanding of the project. So try to demonstrate your understanding of the project first. Then number two, keep your proposals short and focused. Somebody once give an illustration. One of my friends, when he was facilitated, let me borrow that from him. He said proposals should be short as miniskirt. They should be as short as miniskirt. That is long enough to cover the basics and short enough to, you know, I can't even remember why, but they should be very brief. All right, very, very brief. So the clients will definitely, most times, they will not go through the entire proposal. If it is long, they will just scan through it. If you mean I do that, someone like CVs now, someone send you a CV of 7 pages, a busy HR, they will not be able to go through it line by line. So stick to at least 3 to 5 short paragraphs, not too long. 1 page is enough. You don't need to write the whole, you don't need to write up to 2, 3, 4 pages. No, 1 page is enough. 3 to 5 paragraphs, more than enough. So start with your hook, relate to their needs. That is, their need is you understanding what their need is and how you can solve that problem using your skills. Show your relevant skills, past results, explain how you will handle their project. Then soft call to action. Call to action is very, very important. Now, use proof and results, not just skills. So this time around, they want you to demonstrate what you have done before. Give numbers. All right. So instead of I am good at email management, that's a generic statement. I'm very good at email management. How good are you? What have you done before? You can say I've managed inbox with 500 plus daily emails, reducing response times from 24 hours to under 3 hours. So in that case, you are being specific. The person knows that, okay, he may not look at it and say, okay, my email is, I have an average email of 1,000, I have an average email of 400. So if this guy have done 500 plus daily emails and is reducing that, oh, I mean, he can be of help to me. So they throw the numbers and outcome more than what you are telling them about yourself. I am very good. I am good at this. I'm good at it. What have you done? That is what we want to see. So you must have done something. And that's why we emphasize that, yes, you may be a fresher, but you need to find a way of letting them know that you have done something. And that finding a way can include volunteering jobs. It can include internships. So you can take internships, for example, because I know that the next question some other people will ask, where will you have this kind of experience to tell the client that you have done this? If you send a mail to most organizations that you want to volunteer and work with them as a VA, maybe for 1 month, manage their email and calendar or do this for 1 month free. You're not requesting for money. They will grant you access to that. That will not stop you from doing your normal routine you are doing. Because the thing is that even if you didn't do it, that 1 month will still pass and you will be doing whatever you are doing today. So is it not better to volunteer and do something now? And 1 month's time, you know that you have some positive reviews, you have some experience that you can tender somewhere else to hustle for what you want. All right? So use proof in your quotation or your proposals rather than save praise. Now, number 4, tailor each proposal. Don't have a template, a generic template that for every place you want to send a proposal, you carry that template and send. No, don't do that. Don't copy and paste. Most times, personally, if I see generic emails like that, I don't appreciate them. But when you write proposal that you mention names of companies, names of the people involved, they are touched. You connect with their emotions. All right? Connect with their emotions. Talk about the organization, what they have done, the strides they are making. So one key thing I will tell you to do, especially when you are sending cold mails, is that try to speak to what you have seen about the organization. They will know that you have done small research about them. All right? What you have seen that they've done that is good. At least one thing that they've done that is good before we talk about the one that you know they are lacking behind. So mention their company name, industry, or specific to they requested, e.g. Google Workspace, Trello, Slack, to just connect with their emotions. Now, another one is make it conversational. Conversational means you write as if you are speaking to the person directly. Not like you're just writing an essay in an examination hall. No, try to connect. All right? Try to connect. I can help you clean up your inbox, set up filters, and manage follow-up so you never miss an important email again. That's a conversation. The person is really, so you can actually do this. Okay, let's give this guy a trial. So these are ways you connect to the emotions of the people. So you are assuming that you are sitting face to face with that person and you guys are having a conversation. Now, show initiatives with a mini solution. All right, give a quick tip, suggestion, or outline how you will start. Example, first, I will create labels and priority folders for your emails, then set up an auto response for low priority messages. Now, this proves you know what you are doing. Now, remember I told you that in proposal writing, it's important, the methodology of solving the problem is very, very important because many people have different methodologies. So sometimes when they are selecting the right candidates for any job, they have to look at your methodology of solving the problem. So if the methodology is something that is proven, something that looks promising, they may decide to pick you ahead of other candidates. All right. So that's how it works. That's how it works. Try to bring some kind of a quick action, quick solutions to the problem that you have seen. Now, finally, include a call to action. Don't ever forget call to action anytime you're sending a proposal. So don't just send and end with, let's say, thank you, best regards. No, invite them to engage with you. Shall we schedule a quick call to discuss your current workflow? Could you share your preferred tool so I can tailor my approach? What date can we meet to discuss your current workflow? You know, when would you be available? Just find something that we request for engagement, that we call them to action, that let them take action. You are requesting them to take action. You know, so don't just end your proposal with thank you. Always put a call to action. So I think that's where we'll end the show. The last thing there is something that I expect everybody to always do, polishing as well as your grammatical error. Grammar is something that will turn your client off. If you make typo errors, any small typo errors will show that you are not someone that pays attention to detail. So when you finish your proposal, always preview, always take a look at them. I would advise that you have Grammarly installed on your system so that it can help you to correct some grammatical errors as well as spelling errors. So make sure your proposals are error-free. Proofread them like 2 or 3 times before you send. And ensure that your first few lines, that's what we preview, those few, let's say 2 to 3 lines that comes up is what the client will see first and is what will determine if they're going to read your proposal or not, what they will click either to open or not. So you must make sure you hook them in those few 3 lines. All right, make sure you hook them. Look at an example that I will put here. I've helped CEOs reduce admin stress by taking over scheduling, inbox management, and reporting. I can do the same for you starting this week. You know, that looks very inviting. Okay, that looks very, very inviting. So just put a hook, something that we enable them want to look at your proposal to see what you've got to offer. So I think that's that's where we stop. Any question on proposal writing so far? Any question on what we have discussed so far? Our time is also up. Any question or comment?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. It's really been enlightened session. Thank you, sir. But I want to just propose if we
Yes.
can have a sample of a full proposal letter that with all these itemized points, if we can have one done, if we can have one that is already done, that's one. Then I understand that this international job, getting international job, that there are some of these people that this employer they tend to use people and they won't pay them. That, for example, Philistine, that they are more in Philistine. I want to find out, is it true? If you have any job from Philistine, is it okay we take the job? Because I understand that they like to use people and they won't pay. I don't know if it's true. Then another question is for us, me as a person, I don't know if others they've started being a fresh person with this training. I don't have a portfolio. I just have to start my portfolio afresh and all of that. And most jobs they keep saying experience of 2 years or of 3 years and all. So how fast is it possible for someone like me that is fresh with this kind of training to build my portfolio and I'll get a job fast?
Okay.
Then another thing I still want to ask is the last VA recording, the one that was posted on the YouTube that we couldn't upload. I've not been able to access it. I don't know how I can have access to that. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Collins, please, are you there? Please take note of that so that you can take care of that. I think the one that they flagged off, put it on our official YouTube channel and share the link maybe this night. Now, where do I start from? I wasn't taking notes, but I remember the one of Philippines, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Job stamps, portfolio experience, and which other one again? The first thing.
The first one is a portfolio. This one, the one we spoke about last. Proposal, a sample
Proposal.
of a
Okay,
full
okay.
proposal.
Thank you. All right. So for the proposal, I will share a sample like you've advised, but like you requested. But what I would advise is that you cannot use the same proposal for different jobs. I will give you a formula that will work for you. All right. I told you guys that you should make Chat GPT your friend.
Our friend.
Your friend. Make Chat GPT your friend, your personal assistant. In fact, not your PA. So you should know everything about it. Now, if I were you, if I want to apply for a job on Upwork, what I simply need to do is to go on Upwork, get the job brief. All right, get the job brief and feed it into your Chat GPT, and ask Chat GPT to review the brief and help you craft out a proposal. You can give those criteria that we have given in this training. Just pick the points. A proposal that is very brief, a proposal that speaks to the needs of the client, a proposal that addresses the client's needs and also highlights your skill sets that will qualify you for getting that job. Trust me, if you give ChatGPT that task, it will do an excellent job for you if the prompt is well explained. All right, but I will still give you the template that I've crafted out. But try that, and you will just have little few things to edit on the proposal. In fact, that's the same thing you should do, even if you want to apply for a job, not just on Upwork. Anyway, you should try to do that. If you are doing a cover letter, always get the job requirements, feed it into ChatGPT, and give a prompt that it will take the information you provided and help you craft the cover letter using your CV. If your CV is not there, upload your CV too, so that you can be able to see your skill sets. If you don't have the skill, tell it to force you to have. It's only when they call you for interview that you know how to, There are some times that you get desperate that you're applying for a job that even when you don't have the skills, you force yourself to have the skills. Let them call us for interview. We'll go and dig it there. All right. So that's that. I will try and get that and send across to you guys. Then secondly, the issue of fraudsters. I will call it fraudsters. People that will give you a job and then we end up not paying. It's not just Philippines. You have to shine your eyes. This thing is on the internet. Though this internet fraud is real. Internet fraud is real, especially when you get the client on your own. That's when it becomes very prevalent, very, very common. When you get the client on your own, maybe just on other, or you just cold reach, or maybe you do cold outreach, or you just get a client from nowhere, not on a job marketplace like Upwork, because places like Upwork are regulated. All right, they are regulated, and if a client have a contract with you, Upwork is aware of it, and you can also get to see. What I normally do is that before I apply for any job, I look at the credibility of the client. For example, you can look at clients that have spent money on Upwork before. You can see how much they have spent. You can also look at clients that have not spent anything on Upwork. So those kind of clients, you see their job offer, I don't like jumping at them. So when you want to jump at clients that you see that yes, they are reliable, you see that they've been spending, they have done a lot of things on Upwork, someone that's just coming on new like you. The same way clients select people that will work for them based on experience, the same way you too should be vigilant. So not everything that you jump at, you do your own research as well. And it's true, yes, it's true that you can have those kind of scenarios that people can scam you, but you have to shine your eye. We're in Nigeria, so it's we that should be doing those things based on what the world has seen about us, not the other way around. People should not be able to scam us in Nigeria. We have seen so much of those things in Nigeria. So be diligent enough to see fake clients, and also don't joke with your contracts. Clients that do that, most of them will not want to sign contracts with you. They wouldn't want to do that. So when they start objecting to signing contracts, you should know that these are some red signs. All right. So it's possible, Grace. It's possible that you can encounter that. Just be careful out there. Any other question or contribution? All right. So in the absence of other further questions, I think it's already past 8, like 10 minutes after 8, now 9 minutes after 8. So it's a good place to stop. Like I said, tomorrow, for those of you that are interested in data analysis, please come online by 6 p.m. We finalize what we started in Excel. So we can be able to analyze data using pivot tables and some other tools that are a little bit advanced in Excel. And you have the opportunity to ask any question you want to ask about data analysis. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your time. We really appreciate time. Many people started this class, not quite many have been able to stay to the end, but you guys stayed to the end despite your tight schedules. We do not take this for granted. We appreciate your time. Thank you for choosing Memotta.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for choosing us too.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So finally, what we'll do is that we'll create a community. All right. Like I did promise. We'll create a community, and I will add all of us. So if they add you to the group or they send you a link, just kindly join. In that community, we'll be sharing some other job offers that we see, some job opportunities that we see that we know that will benefit from you guys. We will share. So do well to apply. And if we have information, updates about remote jobs, we will always share there. And if you get a job, always update us so that we will know, so that other people will know what you did, that you got it. Anytime you have a gig, You come and celebrate with all of us. You buy us a drink, all of us. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. So see you guys tomorrow. For those of you that will join. Bye for tonight.
Bye, sir.